The binaural Tongue-Gong, crystal singing bowls, and monochord together create a wonderful trio of long sustaining sounds. Hi, I'm Joule L'Adara, and this is the Elemental Soundscapes Fire Collection. As always, for all of our collections, we are centered around the Feeltone monochord. Here I have a Monolina and a Monolini. The Monolini is smaller and doesn't have the bridge accent notes. The Monolina has a larger body and accent notes that are tuned to the G major pentatonic scale to match the Elemental Soundscapes Fire Collection, which are all instruments made to match in G major. You can, however, change these bridge notes to be a minor scale or any other scale in G. And then, of course, our monochord has the high G, the low G, and the fifth, which is D. So all of the instruments here match our G collection, and there are so many different varieties to choose from. Firstly, we have our Hokema Kalimbas collection. Hokema is made in Germany, just like Feeltone made in Germany. And we have the Kalimbas on the wood cherry block, or the Sansulas, which are Kalimbas mounted on a drum head. Starting with the B15, 15 because there are 15 tines. I love this one because these tines are bigger and lower. They sound so warm. And of course, you can play them together with the monochord back and forth like I'm doing, or you can play them with more than one practitioner, one playing the melody, one playing the monochord with both hands. Or if you're a solo practitioner, it simply allows you to transition beautifully. You may be playing the monochord with two hands, and then you can seamlessly go into playing another instrument that matches. This is the B11. It has higher notes. Not those same notes, but a little bit more acoustic volume. You can pick up the Sansula. Hear how that's louder? This drum head has a natural amplifying effect, but it also allows us to wah-wah it on our thighs or on the bag. Then the smaller ones, this is the B9. And I have this one tuned to 432 Hertz. You can hear how it's a little bit lower. This is the B9 Sansula, also tuned to 432 Hertz. And you can tune any of the Hokema Sansulas up or down using the little tuner tool and a hammer. This fits over the edge of the tines, and then use the hammer, hammer it either down or up, raising or lowering the pitch. And don't forget, you can get most of the Kalimbas also in electro format. This has a 1/4-inch jack that you can plug into your amplifier or mixer for amplified kalimba. Now finally, the little B5. It has the symbol of the element, the fire, on here. These are so lovely. They're the pocket kalimba. You can take them anywhere, and they sound really lovely with the monochord. They're simple, but you can actually use them as accent notes, just like you use the bridge notes. I can actually play the monochord with two hands with one of these in my hand, and then make some accents. Takes a little bit of practice, but it's really fun. Then, of course, we have the hanging chimes, the Koshi Ignis Fire and Zaphir Red, which are both tuned to G major. Remember that we always color coordinate our chimes. So if you get the red one, it's going to match with the other red things in our collection. Now, other distributors do sell these in multiple colors, but our Zaphirs always match the collections. So if you get a red from us, it's gonna match the red of the other instruments. If you get a red one from another company, though, it might not be the right tuning. So check the tuning, make sure it's G major. We try to make things easy so that you can place an order and know that the instruments will play well together. Note that the chimes are only in 432 Hertz, but because they kind of sparkle and jingle and blend together, you can kind of get away with playing them with other 440 Hertz instruments. Then finally, we have the tongue drum category, pitched percussion instruments that are created by cutting out flaps that look like tongues that create different tones. The wooden tongue drum is made by Feeltone, same as the makers of the monochords. It has this wonderful, warm, whimsical, earthy sound. Then we have the metal tongue drums. I lovingly nicknamed these the baby turtles, the Zenko elements by Metal Sounds. Sadly, Metal Sounds is no longer with us. When you're watching this video, we may have a few more of those left, so check weplaywelltogether.com. If not, and if you have one of these, know that it's one of a kind and irreplaceable. Although there are many metal tongue drum makers, and you can find one in G major that will match this collection. However, we're super excited about our latest addition, which is the Kigonki, which is a maker in Spain. And the Kigonki is not just a tongue drum, it is a binaural Tongue-Gong. So it can be played sideways like this, but you hear how it has much longer sustain. It just lasts and lasts the way a gong does or a crystal singing bowl. And it's actually really complementary with our other tongue drums. You can hear how that one has a much higher range. It's very bell-like, where this is very gong-like. However, these are not just tongue drums, because you can pick this up, you can put it on a stand, and woo, it's double-sided. It has tongues on both sides that are inverse of each other and create binaural sounds. So this is super mesmerizing walking around the room or hanging on a stand. And you can whip the instrument around a little bit to create these sound effects. The binaural Tongue-Gong, crystal singing bowls, and monochord together create a wonderful trio of long sustaining sounds. Not sure which Elemental Soundscapes instruments are right for you? Reach out on chat or email, or pick up the phone, give us a call. And we also offer in-depth consults.